So you've probably heard it before. The best thing about BNI is that everyone becomes friends. And the worst thing about BNI is that everyone becomes friends. And friends, they don't necessarily like to hold each other accountable. But what if accountability was actually a gift? You see, most people, they hear that word accountability, they immediately think pressure, they think criticism, they think someone's pointing out what they did wrong. But in BNI and in business, accountability is not a punishment, it's actually protection. And it's one of the greatest growth accelerators you'll ever experience. So let's break that down. First, accountability creates clarity. Without accountability, expectations get really fuzzy. Members start to assume, and then the standards start to drift. Effort becomes optional instead of really needed to get results. And then over time, confusion replaces that momentum that used to be there. Clear accountability answers simple but powerful questions. What's expected? What does great actually look like? What does consistency look like? And when standards are really clear, the performance of the chapter will improve. Not because people are afraid of being held accountable, because they finally understand what is the target. Most frustration in BNI doesn't come from high standards, it comes from unclear standards. In accountability, that's what's going to remove all that fog. Second, accountability protects those standards. Every strong chapter has very high standards. Attendance matters, one-to-ones matter, data entry matters, referral quality matters. But standards, they only work if they're consistently upheld. If standards are written down but never reinforced, they slowly fade from our thoughts. And when standards fade, results are going to quickly follow. Think of accountability as the best way to protect the culture of the chapter. It protects the commitment of the members who are doing the work, and it protects the reputation of the group. We all know that when you refer somebody, you're putting your name on the line. So maintaining high standards helps make that safe. Accountability keeps those standards alive. Third, accountability supports chapter growth. So many members believe that accountability will turn off visitors, but it's actually the complete opposite. Growth doesn't happen in comfort. It happens when people care enough to tell you the truth. A strong membership committee review, a direct conversation about engagement, a reminder about those expectations, those are those moments that may feel a little uncomfortable, but that discomfort is often a sign that growth is actually happening. So think about it this way. If no one ever holds you accountable, no one expects more from you. And if no one expects more from you, you rarely are going to push yourself farther. Accountability is someone saying, we believe you can perform at a higher level. And members and visitors alike want those higher levels. So let's zoom out for a minute. Weak chapters avoid accountability because they don't want that tension. Strong chapters embrace accountability because they want results. In BNI, accountability isn't about catching people doing something wrong, it's about helping people succeed. It's about making sure that member effort aligns with expectations. And it's about creating a culture where excellence is normal and expected. If accountability feels uncomfortable, that doesn't mean it's wrong, it often means it's necessary. So instead of asking, why are they holding me accountable? Ask this instead. What are they trying to help me become? Because when accountability is handled with clarity and respect, it does become a gift. It gives you direction, and it protects those standards of the chapter, and it accelerates your growth. So next time accountability shows up in your BNI membership, don't resist it, lean into it. It's probably the very thing that's going to move you to your next level. And if you found some value in this message today, like, subscribe, and share this with a fellow member who may need to discover their next level as well. When we all grow together, we're going to accomplish so much more. See you soon.